I don't know what's happened over the last couple of generations, but men don't help women. They don't offer to hold doors and things of that nature. And part of that obviously is because radical feminists, have said, if you hold the door for me, you're implying that I'm weak. So it's not like it's just the fault of men.
Do you ever fear about like looking like a Karen, or do you think you ever overreact?
I literally wear a shirt that says Proud Karen to the airport.
Really?
I sell them.
Oh, so you go in there ready to battle.
I let people know, like, like it's not.
And think about when you go to a bar, who's supposed to buy women drinks? Men are. Do you see that as often as like years and years ago? All costs.
I get all that, man. I have to protect
even
that,
when
blah,
girls
blah,
are
blah.
fighting with each other, like, it is so ugly. It is the ugliest thing that there is men around and they're not doing anything.
But why do you think men don't do that anymore? Because they used to do that before. But why do you think they don't do that anymore? They stopped doing that.
Why do you think you're a man? You tell me.
First of all, good question. The reason I think, men, we don't do it anymore because you guys don't respect us anymore.
Okay.
Second, you guys don't need us anymore. I don't need a man. I'm a strong woman, independent. You're the independent, you're strong. What do you need me for? What do you complain to me not protecting when you already have everything that you want? I'm a boss. What do you need me for?
Okay, so buying women drinks is chivalry apparently. I always find it amusing how women will twist the definitions of words to suit their own desires and preferences. Is it any wonder that men aren't helping women anymore? For too long, men have been getting beaten over the head with feminist rhetoric telling them that any notions of traditional masculinity are ridiculous and that women don't need protecting. These days, if you even suggest that a woman might need your protection in some situations, you'll be accused of being a toxic masculine misogynist. We're constantly reminded that women aren't these dainty little creatures who need our help. We're constantly told that they can take care of themselves and that men are obsolete in today's society. Feminism has pushed this narrative for decades, and now it seems that the consequences of their actions are coming to haunt them. This is because men are no longer helping women. For decades, feminism has been saying that society doesn't need men. But now when men listen and refuse to help them, feminists are freaking out, attacking men for being childish man babies and asking where all the good men have gone. You drove them away, ladies. That's because a genuinely good man refuses to stay in a place where he's not respected or appreciated. This feminist rhetoric in society is one of the core reasons why countless men who could have contributed to women in a healthy way simply don't see the point in engaging with them anymore. They've become far too combative, argumentative, and competitive. It's much easier to just back away and fade into the background, and this is what men are doing by refusing to help women. But of course, feminism blames men for this. I swear feminism is given every opportunity in the world to self-reflect and grow from its mistakes. Instead of doing this, it decides to double down harder. And this is why men are refusing to help women in massive numbers, and for countless justifiable reasons. But don't worry, you can always expect the simps and white knights to join the feminists to blame men for it. But before we go any further with the video, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Peter Nolan, who said, "Gee, 50 years of criminally abusing men in the divorce courts and now men don't want to get married. Gee, who could have seen that coming?" Of course, it's because they don't think of the consequences. It's not worth the hassle, guys. So man, please don't forget to reach out to our email to claim your $5. As always guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It could be the funniest, the most liked, or one that moved me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you could be the next winner. Make sure to hit that like and sub button too, as it helps us out a lot. Now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever.
Now, this channel is all about helping men wake up about the modern dating landscape and helping men improve themselves. That's why I'm excited to have Tej Hanley as the sponsor of today's video. They've helped me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Seriously, I still don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. I recommend you start with their Level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. They provide this instruction card in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Even the lunatic women on this channel could figure it out. I've been using this brand for about 4 months and it seriously works. But you don't have to take my word for it because they have over 7,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the link in the description and you'll get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Click that link and get started today.
We really have a whole era of men that don't want to protect and provide. These men want women to go to work, come home, cook, clean up, tend to the kids, and pay half the bills while they just go to work and come home. As a man, you should be pouring into your woman, but instead you got her running on empty. A woman was never built to handle all those responsibilities, and a real man would never put her in a position to do so. He would take a lot of that weight off her shoulders, especially financially. He wants to protect you in all aspects of your life because he knows how powerful a woman is when she's not forced to be in her masculine energy. A real man makes a woman's life easier so that she can flourish and be that loving, caring, nurturing queen that she is.
I bet his comment section is full of single mothers. Some people are saying that men are failing because they won't help women. How can people honestly believe that? Society has been waging a war against men for decades and this is the result. You can't expect to demonize an entire gender and then expect them to help you when you need it. Feminism had the opportunity decades ago to help create a cooperative climate between men and women. But instead, it chose to perpetuate the gender war, and society suffered for it. Instead of encouraging masculinity and reminding young men that being a competent and capable person is something the world needs, this society driven by feminism has done the opposite. It's told young men that their masculinity is something that needs to be repressed. And this is exactly what men did. How can you expect them to do anything else? Ladies, this is exactly what you asked for, isn't it? For men to just go away? But women don't like it because they almost never know what they want. This is one of the reasons why feminism should never have been allowed to run rampant, influencing our governments and institutions. Feminists told men to repress their masculinity. They did that. Feminists changed their mind and now they want me to come back and help them. Well, I'm sorry ladies, but it's far too late for that.
Have you ever seen those videos, and I'm going to speak to New York City, I come from New York City. Have you ever seen those videos that pop up from the subway where you'll see a woman being harassed on the subway by I don't know who, and there's a bunch of guys just sitting there watching and they don't do anything about it? Yeah. What do you think is causing that trend, particularly in cities like New York City and Los Angeles among men?
I think this whole teaching boys that they're equal to women and women that they're equal to boys doesn't help. I think that men, by and large, and this, if any man hears this and isn't just upset, I don't know what you are then, because men are just weaker than we were before. Statistically speaking, when it comes to sperm count is down in men 60%. When it comes to testosterone, me as a 27-year-old man, I'm gonna have 36% less testosterone than a man in 1980. What is it, 1989?
Why?
So
that?
men have been, because they're putting plastic in the ranch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, like we're eating fast food.
He's not wrong.
We're overly stressed. This is true.
Women used to have countless privileges, but they screwed it up for themselves. Once again, you have feminism to thank for that. Women have been the most privileged and protected class of people in society aside from young children. Historically, women were the most valuable members of our society because they could give birth. They were indispensable, whereas a single man could repopulate an entire tribe if he needed to, so men were more expendable in the past. This is one of the reasons why historically, wars have been fought and entire cultures have been created to protect women from danger. This is exactly why it's so baffling to me that feminism can even attempt to make the argument that they've been the most oppressed class of people. The opposite is true. It takes a deep lack of gratitude to look back at history and ignore the sacrifices and protections that men have given women. Countless men have given their lives for women and continue to do so to this day. And even though modern women are constantly having a privileged hissy fit, they're still protected in ways they refuse to acknowledge. Today, our infrastructure is maintained by hardworking men doing dangerous jobs just so OnlyFans models can have good lighting for their photo shoots. And it's those same women who will turn around later and say they don't need men. It's childish, naive, and blind. Chivalry used to mean something. It used to be a code of honor that a man could aspire to. And in the past, it was worth it because you would earn the respect of your peers and the admiration of women. When you were chivalrous, you got rewarded for it. But fast forward to the modern day, men are actively punished for being chivalrous. For example, I once went on a date with a woman who exploded at me for opening the door for her. She was attacking me because she thought I was trying to control her or belittle her, and in case you're wondering, no, I didn't get married to her. It's crazy to me how easily women had it, just for them to turn around and throw it all away. A man used to open the car door for her. He used to walk on the dirty side of the street in case a car splashed both of them. If a woman was in danger, a man was culturally expected to help. Because of our natural upper body strength and other physiological advantages, this made sense. But feminism ruined it anyway. The unchallenged ideology of feminism has successfully managed to destroy these protective privileges in just a couple of decades. Women asked for equality and they got it, but they still aren't happy. This is because they never wanted equality. They just wanted more and more privilege and power. It's never enough. But when we talk about men not helping women anymore, what exactly am I talking about? Firstly, let's talk about the workplace. In the past, it used to be perfectly acceptable for a boss to help a female colleague. It was even considered normal for a male colleague to share a close space with a female colleague in a professional setting. There was nothing wrong with this, and in order to get the job done, it was deemed absolutely necessary. But then came the #MeToo movement. This is a classic case of throwing out the baby with the bathwater. The Me Too movement successfully managed to put away some truly terrible men, and credit should be given where it's due. But the fact is, the movement went way overboard. The movement completely changed the way men and women work together. As a result of the movement, countless men were wrongfully accused of sexual harassment. This still happens today in massive numbers. Feminism successfully managed to ruin professional relationships between men and women by making every private interaction a potential sexual harassment case. Men responded by refusing to put themselves in a situation where such an accusation could ever happen. And this is why many women are being left to fend for themselves in the workplace. It could have been a warm and welcoming environment for them, but feminism ruined it completely. And now, employers of both genders are slowly starting to hire less women purely because it's an HR disaster waiting to happen. But that's not the only environment where men are refusing to help women. Women are also starting to realize that gyms are becoming more and more dangerous for them.
Watch me get stuck in the leg press. Looks around for help. Don't freak out. Come on, calves. Spot's a nice man.
Can you help me? Yeah. I just falling on the jacket. You want me to get it? Yep, no problem. It's just like that 1 inch. Yeah. I heard it last time. Good shit, help me out over here? Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
In the past, it was perfectly normal and risk-free to help a woman in the gym if you saw her in danger. If a woman got herself in trouble with some equipment, you could be sure that running over and helping her would be appreciated. But even this has become a risk of being accused of sexual harassment. Gyms have become far too risky for men to help women. I've talked on this channel at length about how feminism and modern women have essentially ruined gyms, turning them into a toxic environment. Let's think about this for a moment. Imagine you're in a gym where you see a woman stuck in the leg press machine. She's clearly in trouble and she looks to you for help. And let's say you go over and you successfully push the weight off her body. But in order to do this, you had to put yourself in a slightly awkward position above her. You manage to help her, but she seems a little quiet. Later on, you find yourself plastered all over TikTok. It turns out this woman who was struggling in the gym was recording herself at the time. And even though she was in danger, she saw the opportunity to accuse you of sexual harassment and increase her views on social media. And now, just for helping a woman, you ended up with a sexual harassment charge against you. This is the risk so many men are taking when they help a woman in the gym. And this is one of the reasons why many men are choosing to avoid helping women altogether. Now, let's talk about single mothers for a moment. Feminism successfully created a society where single motherhood is on the rise. It doesn't even matter that single mothers consistently express how difficult their lives are. Feminism loves using single mothers as a symbol of defiance against the patriarchy. But here's something that's happening more and more. Single mothers are regretting their decisions. They drank the Kool-Aid and believe they could do everything themselves. They listened to feminism and decided to make themselves into strong, independent women who didn't need men. For decades, modern women told men they simply aren't needed anymore. A woman can work a full-time job and support her children happily, but this was a complete lie. And now, men are far more reluctant to get into a relationship with a single mother. I don't recommend it in the slightest for countless reasons. But men are realizing that many single mothers are just looking for a man to bail them out. They had a Chad's baby and now they just want a man to come in and save her from her own terrible choices. But men are refusing to be a walking ATM for a woman who spent her entire adult life pushing men away and ridiculing them while claiming to be a boss babe who doesn't need a man. You asked for equality, ladies, and this is what you got. It's not men's fault, but you didn't consider the potential outcomes of your decisions. It's called being an adult. But perhaps the most tragic way that men are helping women anymore is in public. If a woman is attacked or assaulted, then we see the results of this whole equality narrative. For decades, feminism has pushed the equality narrative that women can take care of themselves and men aren't needed. Chivalry used to involve protecting those less able to protect themselves. It was a core aspect of masculinity and something that benefited everybody. Men used to be encouraged to embody heroism and be the kind of man who helps women in public. But due to its short-sighted, ideological BS, feminism killed chivalry and made the streets more dangerous for women. Because men aren't helping them anymore, the risks far outweigh the rewards. This is also something that can easily backfire. Let's say you help a woman in public, but due to eyewitness testimony, you get misidentified as the aggressor. Or even worse, you might also have accidentally run into an opportunity-sick woman who accuses you of being inappropriate during the rescue. Crazier things have happened in the past, so don't think it can't happen to you. Men are refusing to help women for another reason. This society does not appreciate it anymore. A man has no problem helping the people he loves who appreciates his efforts. But this society has become a man-hating and misandrous dystopian nightmare. How could you expect men to be inspired to help women in a society that actively hates them? They realize that there's no point in trying to help women because they won't appreciate it. The only other people who will appreciate the struggles of men are other men. This is why men are going their own way. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.